All right, everybody, welcome back to Kusama Demo Day. Yakub, Sheikh, CMO of Robonomics in the house tonight. Yakub, welcome.
Yep. Hey, thanks for having me. I've been.
You're very welcome.
Yep.
Go ahead. I'll give you the stage, and I'll head out here for you to open the presentation, and the stage is yours.
I guess I've got some issues with my internet connection, so give me a sec. I'll try to fix this. Everything should be fine now, but if something goes wrong,
it looks good.
Okay, great, thanks. So my name is Yakub. I'm contributing to the growth of Robonomics since October 2020, and today I'm going to represent Robonomics developers DAO on this event. So let me share the screen. Can you see it? I hope so. So
yeah, it looks good.
Okay, great. So core developers have been working on the intersection of Web3 and IoT technologies for around 6 years. And Robonomics is a cloud-like decentralized platform for controlling cyber-physical systems, such as robotics and IoT devices, or even complex systems such as smart factories, hubs, and so on. For those who are not familiar with Robonomics, I'll make a short traction overview of the team. So first of all, the main difference between Robonomics and other IoT projects is that instead of building a separate standalone chain, core developers decided to build the platform on top of other decentralized, established public blockchains such as Ethereum and Polkadot. From 2015 to 2019, Robonomics was developing on top of Ethereum as a second layer solution. The team didn't explore any other blockchains and kept building on top of Ethereum, as in 2016, no one could expect that the Serenity update will be released in 2022. And before the DEFCON 5, Robonomics was ready to provide cyber-physical systems with access to the digital economy through Ethereum. But Robonomics developers have been following Polkadot since ICO, but didn't build anything before the beginning of 2019. And in the first quarter of 2019, Robonomics team supposed that the bandwidth and gas fee issues of Ethereum will be solved by a new, innovative, heterogeneous blockchain, Polkadot. With Substrate, developers can rely on the shared security feature of the relay chain and focus on another important aspect, building their parachains for bringing new features to the ecosystem through decentralized applications. Robonomics joined the Kala and A-Star networks for the first parachain party on Rococo version 1 back in August 2020. Robonomics parachain features available through Robonomics Web Services subscription are PopSop for collecting telemetry from IoT and robotics devices based on IPFS protocol, Datalog for putting data into blockchain, basically, and launch function for controlling devices by turning them on and off. Core developers connected the most widely used robotics framework and public blockchains. The Robot Operating System, ROS for short, is a flexible framework for writing robot software. ROS is a collection of tools, libraries, and conventions that aim to simplify the task of creating complex and robust robot behavior across a wide variety of robotics devices. As you can see, there are 1 million monthly users from China, USA, India, Germany, Korea, and other advanced countries. And those are mostly robotics and IoT engineers that use ROS for creating robotic software. To cover opportunities of this technological stack, I'll mention a few examples. First of all, the Boston Dynamics SDK course that was created by Robonomics and ITMO University for robotics developers, where in the final lessons, students will have to control a physical robot dog Spot by Boston Dynamics using Robonomics parachain. And as a result, they will get a certificate with the log of the robot attached to the certificate. Also, another important use case that is worth mentioning is the digital twins for smart leasing. There is an industrial manipulator that has been operating in manufacturing facility in the United States for 4 months with an hourly wage. Another use case is digital passports. It's utilized by New Zealand's agriculture startup, and also by another hardware manufacturing startup that created an automated workstation for video recording of the assembly process and testing of complex technical products. To dive deeper into those use cases, I recommend you to read an article that covers the latest achievements of the team by scanning the QR code. I hope it works. If it's not, please let me know after the presentation. Today, I'll focus on urban sensors network that is deployed for tracking air pollution. It's one of the non-commercial experiments made by Robonomics developers using IPFS and substrate-based blockchain. And it's taking place right now in Robonomics developers' hometown, Russian industrial city Tolyatti, with 700,000 population. Thanks to the local businesses, it became possible to cover city with SDS sensors using advertising billboards. The main feature of this project is its local community-driven nature. Citizens of Tolyatti and Eurolab together collaborate to maintain this. All data collected by the Urban Sensor Network is securely recorded in the Robonomics parachain to avoid any interventions in the measurement history and provide security from disabling this network. Data comes to the map from the peer-to-peer channel. It is displayed on the map from the Robonomics parachain for further, and also it's stored in the parachain for further analysis. So I will just go to the demo part. But before I'll get to the subscan, I'd love to quote Sergey's recent tweet. There are more than 150,000 blocks in the Robonomics Frontier network and more than 50,000 transactions made by IoT devices. And the next target of the team is for the next 100,000 blocks to have more IoT-enabled extrinsics than the amount of blocks. So let's get to the chain. I'll open the latest random block and just go through the extrinsics and see what's happened. So here we can see weather from Onkavito, weather. Okay. And another type of telemetry from probably from a robotics device, not sure. Let's try another one. Okay, so the main thing here is that we can see that those blocks actually store data interactions with data log functions of the Robonomics parachain. And it's used to write data into the chain. So now let's get to the sensor network and actually see how it works on the front end. I will choose random sensor, and as you can see, I can see the historical data that was collected while I have this tab open, but also I can access the data that is stored in the parachain. But I'll do that a bit later. Also, I mentioned the mobile tracking station. So here it is. It actually moves on the map. And let's do an experiment and see how it works. I prepared this account and this hash to actually show you how this is displayed on the map. So it's all is historical data that is stored in the Robonomics parachain. And as you can see, the mobile station is moving across the city, and we can see all the measurements that it's doing on its way while it's patrolling the city. And also I can download this data in the CSV format to actually to analyze it. But I guess I need to change the screen. 1 second. And now you should see my entire screen. And here are the measurements that were provided and stored in the Robonomics parachain by the mobile station, right? Sensor ID, sender, geo, and the different measurements. That's it from me. I guess I can get to the questions part. And Sugi just shared the link to wiki page of the core Robonomics developers' hometown. Yeah, if we don't have any further questions, I think that's it from me.
Hey, Yakub, there's two questions in the question box. If you could start with those. Do you see the box?
Oh, ask question. Yeah, I see. Okay, thank you. Have you looked at Helium, the People's Network, and their involvement with LoRaWAN tech and the IoT? How does it differ from Robonomics? To be honest, I didn't really deeply look into Helium, but it's something that Sergey will answer, I guess. He's in the chat, and probably he will help with this question. And the second one, I would like to know what the difference between Robonomics and Nodal or Helium. Okay. As far, yeah, I don't have much to say at this point. You're muted. I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're back.
Okay.
Oh, let me fix my headphones here. Okay, great. So, what are you most excited about right now from in the next few months on what your team is building out?
Yeah. Well, I guess the Boston Dynamics SDK course is something really important because we actually have a physical Boston Dynamics spot in the robotics co-working in San Francisco. And there is a community of robotics developers that actually building something with it. Besides, we also have a lot of applications from developers all over the world to get access to a physical robot and actually play with it, because there are not much info on the Boston Dynamics SDK from the Boston Dynamics, and they don't provide like access to a physical robot. And we are literally the first team who do something like that. And also there are other environmental use cases with the water drones that actually help to that will help to measure water pollution in harbor cities, which is really important.
That's really cool. And can you talk a little bit about the crowd loan going on right now, and as the marketing officer, ways in which the community is helping get involved and that you've been looking at to help bring awareness to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of crowd loan, developers decided to keep the previous parameters of the crowd loan model, but now you can get up to 6 XLT for bonding your KSM for Robonomics in this crowd loan campaign. And you will get 50% of that in the Genesis block of the Robonomics parachain on Kusama, and the another half of the reward will be provided to you through staking.
Great. And did I see that you guys had also released some NFTs as well?
Yeah, that was, I guess you mean the Gakachu, right? The Robin Painter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's what I saw.
Right. So there is a robot, a cookie manipulator, that actually can analyze Twitter sentiment and draw something based on the most popular tweets in the Twitter and issue NFT of that. I mean, of the painting, of the video record of how it paints.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, I'm super bullish on this, but developers don't want to hype on NFTs, so that's why they're not doing this.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And if you were to give a vision of the full workings of the company 5 years from now, actually integrated into real world society from somebody that didn't really understand blockchain, and hopefully at that point, all of that's sort of on the back end, and people don't really care. Maybe you could talk about what you see the vision of the company years down the road.
Yeah, well, developers really value the education and the academic approach to development. So I'm quite sure that in 5 years we will see something like Robonomics Institute that will, take software developers and educate them on how to use Web3 technologies to solve the most important issues of Internet of Things industry, which is security. And it's easily solved by blockchains because there is no single point of failure. There is no one entity that controls all the data, such as Amazon and Amazon Web Services. And besides, Web3 technologies will provide those cyber physical systems with an opportunity to be autonomous economic agents and interact between each other and with humans using those atomic transactions that combine technical and economic information in one transaction. And all of these things, they're super hard to understand on the technical level. I'm not like super tech savvy person, but I do understand the upper level things. And all those technical stuff will be explained in the Robonomics Institute. And I guess people who will go through this, even if they won't build their own applications on top of Robonomics, they will go to different corporations and they will shield this from the inside, because there's a problem and you need to somehow solve it, but you don't know how. But then, oh right, I saw that in the Robonomics Institute. So I guess something like that will happen in 5 years with Robonomics.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'd love to go to the Institute. And yeah, very cool, Yakub. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come on today. Great demo, and looking forward to going to that Institute years from now, but also to see the updates from Robonomics in the coming months.
Thank you very much for having me. Have a great one.
Thank you so much. All right, everybody. Next up, we're going to have a panel on takes on the Kusama Network auctions from people who've been participating in them since the beginning, as well as newbies. But that will be in a few minutes. We are going to take a short break. We've already been going for 4 hours straight. It will be not that long of a break, 10 to 15 minutes. Go grab a drink, grab some food, check the charts real quick, buy more Kusama, and then we will see you in the panel. Do not miss it. We're going to have more people from Hypersphere, Hydra DX, Manta Network. Alex will be back from Equilibrium, and Jordan, the host of the Relay Chain podcast. So I definitely need to see what Alex is going to say, and stay tuned. We'll be back real soon.